Hi guys, welcome back to another Minimum Wager's Kitchen. I'm Gigi, and today we are going to be making some perfectly baked bacon. I can't wait to get started, so let's get started and make some delicious bacon. Yum! Alright guys, so this one is also going to be a very easy one, and it's nice to know how to bake bacon perfectly in the oven, so that way you have nice crispy bacon every single time. So let's go ahead and review what we'll need today. What we'll need is a baking sheet or cookie sheet. I also went ahead and got a pack of thick cut bacon, parchment paper, and that's so your bacon doesn't get stuck on the cookie sheet. Alright, so next you can either use a plate or you can use a cooling rack, a pair of tongs, or just a fork, and then some paper towels to go ahead and drain all the fat from the bacon. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with how to place our bacon down onto our parchment paper here. And as you can see, I've got my cookie sheet and parchment paper ready to go. Again, the oil from the bacon will get underneath here, but parchment paper is really there so that way your bacon doesn't get stuck to the pan. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and pop that open and I'll show you. This is pretty thick cut. I know that there's way thicker cut bacon as well, but I wanted to get something that was budget friendly. There you go. And this one is a smoked bacon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to barely overlap the bacon pieces here. That way it all fits on one pan. And as you can see here, barely overlapping. Okay. And get this finished up here. Also, too, a little trick for you. If your bacon's starting to stretch, start from the center. Pull. And then that way, you don't stretch your bacon. We'll actually do that for the rest of these pieces, and I'll see you in just a moment. Alright guys, so bacon's, whoa! Maybe I should hold on to the parchment paper there. Bacon's pretty much done here. That takes no time at all. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is get this oven at 425. Now that I'm preheating my oven, that should be about 10 minutes for my oven. I've got an older oven. But because of that, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that time and leave this bacon sitting out for about 10 minutes. That way, it'll help with that cooking process as well, so we get a lot of that crunchiness and crispiness around the edges. Alright guys, I'll see you in about 10 minutes or so once that oven's preheated, and we'll go ahead and pop this yummy thick cut bacon in the oven. Alright, see you in just a moment. Alright guys, so bacon is ready to go here. Oven is at 425 now and preheated. So let's go ahead and pop these in the oven. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in for about 25 to 35 minutes. And you'll know your bacon's ready because when you'll look at the edges, you'll see crispy and kind of golden color. Also too, your whole place will fill up with lovely bacon smell because, hey, nature's air freshener, right? Alright guys, let's go ahead and pop these in the oven. Alright, I'll see you in about 25 to 35 minutes. See you in a moment. Alright you guys, that bacon is ready to come right out of the oven, so I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. So, this is extremely hot, but I'm going to try and carefully, although I'm getting a little bit of the bacon grease here on my towel, but here, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Yeah, so the edges are nice and crispy, and then throughout, it's not like soft or mushy or anything like that. You still have a little bit of that goldenness, that crispiness, and also too, that caramelization. That's really from the temperature of the oven at 425 degrees and the time that's been sitting there. So slowly as it's cooking in its fat, you're getting a little bit of that caramelization, a little bit of that crunchy and crispiness that doesn't go overboard. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and let this cool for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and cool this down and try it out. All right, well, it's bacon, so I mean, seriously, that's good stuff right there. All right, so bacon is cooled down. I let it sit for about a good 10 minutes or so. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and put this bacon here on the rack and get some paper towels and do one of these. Move that guy out of the way. Just bring this closer to me to the tray. Now do be careful. That cookie sheet or baking tray will still be hot, so just be careful. Make sure you don't burn yourself. This time I'll go ahead and use tongs instead of picking things up lava hot with my hands. Alright, so all I'm doing now is I'm going to go ahead and layer bacon down here, give it just a little bit of space in between. And that'll help it too, so the oil gets all absorbed onto the paper towel. Alright, I'll get this finished up and I'll be right back in just a few moments. Alright, so there you go. I went ahead and laid out our bacon onto our cooling rack here and did paper towels underneath. What I'm going to do too is just lay a couple paper towels on top so that way. So any remaining bacon grease, we'll go ahead and blot that off a little bit. While we wait for that bacon to completely cool here, in the meantime, well, have you checked out my other videos? If not, make sure you hit like and subscribe so that way you can find more videos on Minimum Wager's Kitchen. Also too, you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. Yay! Alright guys, so let's go ahead and plate our bacon. The first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is just go ahead and take off the paper towels here. And by now it should be nice and cool, so you can just put it directly onto your plate. And that way I can show you too the lovely baconness that is perfectly baked bacon in the oven. Do keep in mind your edges might get a little burned just at the end here. That's mostly because those were very, very, very thin. Alright, so let me show you what this bacon looks like. There you go. Nice, delicious, beautiful color. Nice and golden on the edges. Don't mind me, I did take a little piece off of there, but you know. There you go. Yeah. And that way too, I'll show you. For example, this nice piece here. Ooh, delicious and tasty. And two. That's some good bacon. Really came out too, so it's not overly greasy. But the other nice thing that I do like about it is really that color. And really all the oil just kind of like, because we've patted that oil down, I feel like it gives it a better texture, a better flavor, and overall too, that way you can actually store this for about 3 to 5 days in the refrigerator. And what I will usually do is put it in between a paper towel, like that, and just fold it over, put it into a container, or you can put it in a Ziploc bag as well. Then you're set to go. And then all you have to do is just ready to go. Bacon on the go. Well, I can't stop snacking on this. This came out so yum. Also too, the way that we're making this bacon today, it just really works out for like a lot of other different things, such as like a BLT. You can add this to a salad. You can use this for the next day and just pop this in the microwave for a couple of seconds. And that way, you've got ready to go bacon and breakfast to go. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and give this another snack because it's pretty dang good. Bacon. mm. Not chewy, nice and crispy around the edges. And this bacon is pretty flavorful. Well, you guys, I had a lot of fun making this for you today. It's nice to show an easy way to just quickly make bacon. Well, you guys, I had a great time today making you perfectly baked bacon. And if you do try the recipe, let me know in the comments and let me know what you think. Well, this is the moment I have to put this plate down. Otherwise, I'm going to keep snacking on this bacon. Well, you guys, I had fun making you perfectly baked bacon today, and I definitely think that you'll like this recipe. In the meantime, I'll see you on the next Minimum Wager's Kitchen. See you next time. Bye. 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 Bye.